Tracking tropics on the 21st of July 2025 in the Northern Atlantic, we continue to have Invest 94L, a tropical wave moving across the Atlantic Ocean towards the Caribbean Sea this morning. Latest NHC advisory showing a 20% low chance of development into a tropical cyclone in the next 48 hours and 7 days. And we are really not expecting it to have any significant development in the near future due to it will walk into some harsh conditions such as low humidity and high wind shear very soon. Now, if you take a sample from the European model, we can see just how small the portion of computer members that are expecting it to reach tropical depression intensity. So at the moment, there really isn't anything to worry about 94L. And here's what it looks like at the moment, quite a lot of convection and thunderstorm developing around the center. It's still quite messy and there's no sign of circulation whatsoever, so it's still distancing itself from becoming a tropical cyclone at this moment. The Western Pacific, on the other hand, is quite active today, quite opposite to the Atlantic Ocean. Three systems, including Wipha, obviously has already weakened to a tropical storm after making landfall in southern China as a Category 1 typhoon. Invest 97W with a median chance of tropical cyclone development in the next 48 hours, and 98W, another invest with a low chance at the moment. And here's Wipha's current status. It has entered the Beibu Gulf earlier today, still very close to the coastline of China and Vietnam, 21.1 degrees north, 108.9 degrees east, approximately 320 kilometers away from Hanoi in Vietnam, bringing some real strong winds and rainfall there. Winds of around 60 miles per hour. It has re-intensified a bit since it has entered the Beibu Gulf, and a pressure of 987 millibars, moving west-southwestward at 13 kilometers per hour. And here's what we're expecting from Wipha in the next couple of days. It's expected to make landfall at northern Vietnam as a mid-range to high-end tropical storm. After that, it will weaken pretty fast, and by Thursday, it will become a rebel node that continues to lure inside the southeastern Asian region. And here's Wipha now. The eye is pretty much gone after it made landfall yesterday, but the structure around the center is still quite strong to me. Those thick high cloud tops continue to be present and quite structured in fact, and the majority of the strongest convection continues to concentrate to the southern side of the system. Looks like it's trying to attempt to reopen its eye briefly before landfall, but there's quite a big question mark on whether it will succeed before it begins to crumble over the big landmass ahead of it. Sea surface temperature looking quite warm in the Western Pacific, 29 degrees where 97W is. A spot or two lower off the Philippines coastline due to Wipha being here just a few days ago. A couple spot of 30 degrees where 98W is located. So these temperatures are quite beneficial for further development, and the Beibu Gulf is also quite warm, up to 31 degrees off the coast of Vietnam and China, which is perhaps why Wipha is still being able to maintain or even slightly increase its intensity in the past few hours. So the long-range forecast for the Western Pacific is going to be quite dramatic, I could say. So here's the European model expecting both 97W and 98W to develop into tropical cyclones. 97W expected to become a pretty large monsoonal tropical cyclone with all that tropical storm force wind labeled in green color concentrate on the outer band of the system. And then it will move towards northern Taiwan and China's eastern coastline by Friday or Saturday, bringing some tropical storm force wind and some strong rainfall over there. 98W, on the other hand, also expected to become a tropical storm. First, it will probably impact the Mariana Islands and Guam, along with some tropical storm force wind and rainfall. Strengthening even more in the open ocean, could become a typhoon this weekend, possibly a Category 1 or even a Cat 2. After that, it will move near the Ogasawa Island and make its way towards the northeast whilst keeping itself off any land. So here's what 97W looks like at the moment, an absolute mess to say the least. Quite certain that there's multiple centers of the system trying to fight their way out. No defined circulation at the moment, and a very large system overall. And all of these really shows an early sign of monsoonal tropical cyclone development meaning that it probably needs much more time to organize itself. And perhaps this is the reason why most models are expecting a tropical storm at maximum for 97W. 98W looking slightly better than 97W, definitely more defined on the satellite. It's also quite messy at the moment, to say at least, some convection blowing around the center, but not really any circulation going on. So for these two systems, it will take some time for them to develop and organize before any significant development is to happen. So we will definitely continue to watch them in the next couple of days. So in the Eastern Pacific Ocean, there is one small area of disturbance marked by the NHC with a 10% chance of development in the next 48 hours and 7 days, which is very low, and nothing is expected from this thing in the near future. And here's Tracking Tropics today. Thank you for watching. We will catch you up on the next one. Peace out.